the earth is going into a transformation phase. We are not going through chaos. What looks like chaos right now is actually a restructuring, and the earth is evolving from the third dimension to the fifth dimension. Now, if the third dimension people are born again and again, we'll still be where we were. So the children who are being born now in 2025 onwards, they are called the beta generation. And this is the generation that is a generation of angels. So the people who are being born, the first characteristic is to be conscious of the earth, be conscious of how we need to preserve the earth and how to take it to the fifth dimension. These are children who will be very aware of the environment and its disasters. These are always also be children, Amrit, that are not going to compete with each other. They are here for collective love, collective consciousness, no conditionality. So if you're beautiful, only then I'm going to love you. No. If you're normal, I'm going to love you. No. So autism is also taking another, it's accelerating if you see more and more, because all the autistic children are angels. All the special needs children are angels. And they are saying, oh, you're not going to love us? Let us show you how. You're going to say this child is not normal? Let me show you. Let me show you. So we are being led to, love unconditionally. And the children who are being born now are really going to take the earth to the next level. Why? Because the people who are already here live in a collective consciousness of fear and doubt and rage. And therefore, all the terrorism and all the, things that are happening. And when someone has a lot of psychic powers and a lot of gifts, but the world doesn't recognize it, they go into a mental health syndrome. So even children who are in depression or in any kind of mental health issue, they are children with extraordinary gifts, but they are not their energy. They don't know how to channel their energy into taking the earth to the light. So the earth is now getting more and more pure souls, literally being born as angels who are going to help it to ascend. The shift is gradual and looks like chaos right now. Just see the disasters that are happening. It's looking like the earth is coming to an end. But well, it's not, because we are just shifting. So these kids are really angels on earth.
I do want to find out more about the shift, but before we get there, you're setting up a school for psychics. Well, you've established a school for You've established a school for psychics. The mental health conversation, how do you navigate this? I mean, it must be such a fine line and an interesting line to thread in terms of who is opening up into gifts versus who is delusional. Like, how do you tell the difference? How do you know?
And there's a third one also, by the way. So one is opening up to gifts, second who's delusional, and third who's possessed. There are three factors, right? So yes, it's a fine line, and how we go into it is through knowing the soul blueprint. The soul blueprint can be accessed through various modalities. It could be the Akashic records, it could be automatic writing, and now the latest one that I have is around the Das Mahavidyas and Tantra. So that is one of the biggest ways of showing me that, is this soul delusional? Has he really left his life force energy? So Amrit, some souls, okay, I'll give you an example. If a person has too much of energy flowing into his crown chakra, he could be born with it, or there could be an awakening of sorts, let's say in teenage, and he has too much of energy happening within him. Some of them will transform this energy and channelize it into something more positive or something more destructive, but they will know a way to channelize it. If you don't channelize it, you will shut down and isolate yourself from the world. Okay? Or you would, if the energy is too much, some souls will choose to walk out. I don't know if you've heard about walk-ins and walkouts. This is when a soul is totally not up for what is coming ahead. Like my near-death experience, I could have walked out. I could have said, I'm not going to do this work. I find it very scary. I don't want to do it. Now, the moment you say that, what happens is that there are a lot of these wandering souls around. Remember the ones we said have not transitioned. So one of them will say, okay, I'm up for this task. And there's a switch that happens between souls. Okay, so whether a person is a walk-in, whether a person is a switched over identity, whether a person is delusional, whether the person has a bigger purpose and they are up for it, All of this can be found out through the soul blueprint of that master soul. And that is what we access through our techniques. And then we tell the person, okay, do this, do that, go here. Sometimes people need a reset, so we send them somewhere for that reset. Whatever. So it's a bit tricky, yes.
Yeah, it's a bit tricky even just sharing this in a podcast in some ways, because some people tuning in will finally feel seen and heard, whilst other people, I feel like stuff might be going on for them that isn't this, and they might start projecting that this is what's happening to them. And I'm sure you've had to dance that dance and figure that out for yourself as well, right, with the students that you see.
So, Amrit, yes, again, it's a choice how we are going to take this podcast or the information that is relayed. And people will wonder, but you know what? It will take them more insight and they can find out the answers. Projecting is also an option for some, but I think that the work now needs to be done inside. So I will give you a tip. I really firmly believe that each one of us knows at a very intuitive level what is going on. While we may hear so many terms, read about so much, now information is so easily available, that the work now we need is experiential. We can read about anything and everything, hear about anything and everything, but I think intuitively we just know. And if you don't, then, well, there's so many light workers willing to help out and sort of help you understand what's really going on. Because only when you know what's going on, what can be measured can be changed. What cannot be measured is never going to be changed. Everyone's looking to change. Everyone's looking to shift more towards the positive. For that, we should know what's actually going on in our body. It's like a spiritual X-ray.
You mentioned these 10 Mahavidyas. Can you tell us a little bit about what these 10 Mahavidyas are that you help people to understand? Or you consult to sort of see if people have a certain propensity or not? What are the Mahavidyas?
The Mahavidyas are feminine codes of power. They are the seeds of Shakti. It's like a code that helps you to get out of fear. It's a code that helps you to align to your life purpose. It's a code that helps you to break free. We could be, feeling that we are caught in the whole cycle of being in the same pattern. For example, someone's addicted to relationships. They're just addicted to relationships. Somebody is not able to find their purpose. They open a business again and again and it fails. Or they are again and again, the whole family is going through issues regarding a certain thing. The Mahavidyas are a tool of Tantra that help you to get out of the limiting situation that you find yourself in. So this is for the advanced people, Amrit, who have gone through their meditations, who have gone through the dark night of the soul, who have realized things, and they are ready to be taken to light. So think of it as a bridge. You use this to cross the bridge. The bridge takes you to your next level of spiritual growth. What they are not are something to be feared. What they are not is hours of meditation. What they are not is rituals that involve blood and gore. No, that's not true. These can be prayed to sitting nicely the way we are sitting at home. They don't need elaborate rituals. They don't need, so these are myths that surround it, but they are, I just want to tell you why they are more prevalent now. Because the earth is ascending from 3D to 5D. The earth seems to be collapsing. Everyone's saying death is coming.
Well, hey there, Inspired Evolutionary. If you absolutely loved this, well then here's a full conversation with this guest on the Inspired Evolution podcast. Check it out now.